Alright, so just as a quick reminder, because it's been a little bit since the first and second video for this series came out, it is Isky Cam's 75th anniversary. So last year at SEMA, Dad and Nolan from Isky started talking and kind of they came up with this idea to build a tribute car to Ed Iskenderian's car that he built when he was 16. Ed is 102 this year. Pretty cool. So they started brainstorming and coming up with the idea, came up with the Roadster, and then didn't even get started on it until, what was it, March. After that, we had lots of stuff with the 55, and then waiting on some parts and things because we had to find different stuff for it. And so Dad has really been busting it the last couple months on this. That's why he wasn't with us at Bonneville, for those that are wondering. Trying to get this car ready for the SEMA show, which is happening at the end of October, beginning of November. So linked below is the first video and second video that we went to Speedway Motors, and we also went to their museum, the Museum of American Speed, which is the best name for a museum ever and one of the best museums I've been to ever, maybe my favorite. And that's linked below. You guys can go there and check those videos out first, or this first, watch back, whatever the case is. There's a full build series that is coming, and a lot of it's about to roll out pretty quick because there has been lots of progress made very recently. So with that said, enjoy this video where we actually took delivery of the car. And if you want to see more timely updates right now, head over to Dad's Instagram or Facebook. He's just Dennis Taylor on Facebook, or Dennis Taylor 522 on Instagram. He'll be keeping you updated there. So that's it. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back. So we just got back from Speedway.
Yep.
A lot happened at Speedway.
Very cool.
Very cool. All the measurements. You kind of got a game plan.
Got a blueprint, so to speak.
And maybe some creative juices flowing. That's a big thing. Mm-hmm. But today's an important day. It is March 10th, and the actual car is about to deliver to the shop.
Should be here any minute.
Which is pretty cool. The guy that is bringing it is the owner, and he actually had a really cool story with it. We can let him tell that, but that's pretty neat.
It is pretty neat. I think I found this thing on Facebook, and I think that he's like, no way. You're not going to use that to build Ed's car. So I think he's pretty excited.
Yeah, so it's cool that he's actually bringing it. We can hear his story. It's kind of like it getting to live on in a rendition of something that he was wanting to do.
Right.
And so it's a cool story that it's coming here, and it's going to have an even cooler story once it's here, because it's going to be, it's like a replica of Ed's car, but
Tribute,
because it's not a replica. That's what I was trying to get to, because you're going to get to put your twist, which is pretty cool.
Yep, going to have a little DT in there.
So, we are just waiting. I'm early for once. We're just waiting on him to be here, which will be any minute from now. They just got here with it. We'll talk to them more in a second, but it's a pretty good looking car. So Dad's going over and checking it out, but it's nice. So just imagine, this is going to look like Ed's car. It's actually his car, so we'll talk to him in just a second, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, his story and this getting to do what it's doing, so it looks nice. What do you think?
Pretty cool. 10 Lizzie. Almost makes me want to restore it.
I know.
Restore it, but make it work.
It is nice.
Yeah, it'd be really fun to pop around town in a 23 T-bucket. And that's what everybody used, as their inspiration to make the fiberglass car.
Yeah, it looks, from here, looks like it's in good shape. At least the good bones.
Unfortunately, the part that we're going to use is the worst shaped part of it. The rest of it, the chassis and stuff, it looked really good. But we'll beat it out and work it out, and it'll be good. It's a good starting point.
Well, at least
it funny though. It looks like,
it does. It does. It looks a lot like.
We just spent so much time messing with one, and there it is. So you can see the rear axle is pretty close to the same place Ed's was. But see how the spring's on top of the axle?
Yeah.
So Ed's is stretched, I thought, both directions, but the rear is actually pretty close to where his was, but the front on Ed's is stretched out quite a ways.
Oh, okay, so that's where the stretch is coming from.
I'm not sure what the wheelbase of a stock T model is, but Ed's was 105 inches.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we'll have to get a tape measure. And
So
measure
what
it.
all did he say it came with? It comes with...
The transmission's in a box inside the car here, and then it's got a block, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably inherit these parts.
I think that's fair.
You know what? You know what? This gives me some inspiration. You know what we're gonna do?
What?
You and I are
Get
gonna
your
do
truck
this.
out?
We're gonna make a speedster.
Okay.
Why not? We'll build our own speedster body. We'll use this body and turtle deck, obviously, but we'll build a speedster body. Put it together.
Okay, that'd be cool.
I mean, it's way too good to not use.
I like that it's got the wheels and tires and everything still.
all
Like
that's-
that's really cool.
Look at the front axle. Look at that suspension.
Oh yeah.
That's actually very cool.
That is.
That's got me even more excited. This is like win-win.
This is your your rush creation fee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's Nolan gonna do with it? Throw it away?
You'd have to pay to ship it back. Nolan, you're welcome. Doing you a favor.
Exactly. I'm getting rid of your junk for you. I'm more excited about the Speedster than I am Ed's car now. I need a Rajo head or something, a Frontenac head. We're gonna have to talk to Tim at the museum and see if he can arrange a head deal for us.
See if you can find something somewhere.
Yeah. It's even, the tires are good.
That's
Look
what I'm
at
looking
that.
at. It really is. Look.
I mean, I will use these tires. Unfortunately, the two in the back don't match, but that gives it character, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a story that way.
Yeah, I like it.
What's the
Look at the
upside?
big aprons here.
Yeah. So, okay, so then that part there is where Ed just added onto the facade back there.
See, it just comes straight back and works. So, you know, the whole thing, these things had a rough life. You know, look at the cracks. That body.
Just imagine though, it's just twisting as it's going across the road.
These things twist. I saw one the other day on Facebook. They had, you know, those ramps where they twist their four-wheel drive. This stock Model T goes up there and out twists the big Jeeps.
Well, when I got to drive Merlin's, what year was his? I don't remember.
I can't remember, but
I don't remember.
This. It was
but
like,
he had me drive over the rocks, and I was like, Merlin, I feel like I'm gonna fall over. He's like, just push the gas. These were created way before roads. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
But it is amazing that they're in as good a condition as you can find them.
I really like it. It's cool. You know, the body from back there, like where that crack's at, is going to get leveled out anyway. So, you know, we got to weld all the cracks and what have you up, replace the metal. I knew about all this. Like, wonder if that's a bullet hole.
It doesn't look like it. It looks too circular.
No, it does. It looks like it's been tapered in.
Maybe.
It may not be, but whatever the case.
Whatever, we can say it's a bullet hole.
Yeah, we'll probably straighten it up. But I had, you know, when I was a kid, my brother had a fiberglass version of this, and it was never did make it, you know, as a street car, but it had all the suspension was chromed. It was on Model A rails, they called it, frame rails. But I've been around this body shape pretty much all my life, and it's really cool. I have not been around a steel one. It's really cool to see the T model T bucket, but in steel.
So, did any of these doors ever work?
Not
they
on-
were all they just knew
Just
that
that
it would.
side over there.
That's okay. I did not realize this.
Just the curb side, basically. Look, it's even got the top hose.
Okay, that's interesting. See, I didn't catch that the other day. I thought maybe that was an Ed thing that he like welded it up.
Nope.
I didn't realize that. Okay, that's cool.
That's what I was saying a few minutes ago. Ed actually left the door hinges on, but then they capped the top of the body where the door would never open.
I gotcha.
So for me, I kind of wish door hinges were there because I would leave them, but since we don't have them, it may not get door hinges unless I can find some repops or something.
Right.
But, you know, it's odd that Ed left them.
Yeah, that is. Now that you say that. So, this is cool just because that's I only know this because I got to drive one.
Yeah, you've driven this.
But timing and I don't remember what the other one is.
Spark and fuel.
Spark and fuel,
it's the throttle.
That's what it is. Okay.
So one's throttle, one is park advance or retard. So that's actually good. There's your
parking handbrake.
And then the pedals are not in there, but I bet they have. It's even got the springs. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So you got your battery and you got magneto, right?
I can't see.
So, well, you should know because you were there.
I didn't do that part because Merlin's has the push. Like
Right there, see it says battery, BAT.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it doesn't seem to go that far, but that's dim, off, on. So I think maybe you got to have the key, but it goes over one more notch. You start it on the battery, and then you can switch it to on. It'll run on the magnet.
Yeah, Merlin's had something modified because it wasn't. He had one in the floor. It's a push button and all kinds of stuff.
But there's even a spare tire back here that actually looks like new. It is new. Look at the nipples still on it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish we could use that on our truck.
pretty nifty.
Yeah, it's cool. So I wonder if the windshield frame's here. We got a windshield frame for it regardless. But yeah, this car, we need a cowl. We got to be on the search for a cowl now. We're building a speedster. I'm all about this.
Okay, so yeah, nice. Even the radiator, look at it.
It's not bad. I just look how the poor
it's
brass is cracked.
Right.
But, we'd solder it.
But look at those fins and stuff. Those are straighter than new.
Look here.
Oh yeah.
Poor thing. Hopefully the core is not. Yeah, the fins are actually straighter than our teeth.
Yep.
Is.
Pretty nifty.
It's gonna be a fun project.
Yeah, it is.
We'll have to get it apart and blast it so it's all back down to steel, and so I can weld up and beat and fix all these holes and cracks, and then it'll be really good. Look at this panel, just as straight as it can be.
Yeah.
The cowl's like perfect. To think though that's a look up here.
Ah, it's a honey. Is that a honeybee?
I don't know. He didn't die. He just went for a quick. He just wanted acceleration feel like we
Gotcha.
had.
Turbos. Okay.
No, that's not hooked up. I couldn't tell. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this. It's nice. I should probably send Nolan some pictures.
Yeah. We've already got plans for a second car.
Second car.
Music got the best in me ever since I was a child. Now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets.
That's what you said.
Abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do?
We're here with Rick. This is Rick's car. Funny
Rick's
story.
car.
Was Rick's car.
Was.
Rick's car. Kind of funny how this all came to be because, as you guys know, Dad was on Nolan about getting this car bought.
Well, no one wants the impossible to start with, and we're already 3 months into the year, right?
Yeah.
So Nolan's like, oh, we can wait till July or August before we have to get a
Yeah.
car.
So, it's really funny. He finally reached out when Dad found this one from Rick. Nolan reached out to Rick, and I have a funny story here because Rick thought Nolan was scamming him. So tell us about this.
So I've been scammed before buying a flathead from Texas, and my fabricator's wife, as soon as she heard the story about Nolan texting me from Isky cams, she's like, scammer, 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 you're gonna get scammed. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I was like, but then I started talking to Nolan, and he actually called me, said it was a sick week, and I could hear it in the background, the announcing, and it kind of progressed that it would be a great project, and I was really psyched about doing it. And then he asked for my social security number, and I was like, oh, no
Did he
way.
really?
Yeah, because he said about having to write.
When you said social, I thought he meant, Facebook and stuff.
No, you want
What's the
to
problem
be
with
able to do the
Yeah, that would have been. I would have been.
So
Yeah.
as soon as he said he needed my social, I was like, ah. And Kevin, I called Kevin, like, what do I do? What do I do? And so I called Nolan, because he's texting me and talking to me, but the same guy that did it with the flathead did the exact same thing. Knew everything about the motor,
When I was
everything.
watching Sick Week, and then Nolan comes up on. He was up in the starting line. You guys were talking about his coin, and I'm like, oh, there he is.
It's gotta be real.
So, but then the social security number, I'm like, okay, now red flag,
you're getting
red
nervous.
flag. So then I talked to Nolan. I said, well, I need to call the office and ask for you. So I did, and they're like, I don't know if he's available, kind of deal. And I said, it's Rick with the T, and then they said they put me through to him. So then I gave him my social on the phone and then set it up. He wanted it shipped. And Dan was like, let's do a road trip. So
That's
here we
pretty
go.
cool. Yeah,
So we did a road trip. It's 3 guys, having
From where?
fun and come down to.
Where'd you come from? Pennsylvania.
Outside of Philadelphia.
wow.
How long
That's
was
a
that
long
drive?
20 hours.
Oh man.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you guys
So-
did
We
it.
made
See, I
most
was
of it last night.
You did what last night?
17 hours of it, probably.
Yeah.
Dang.
A cannonball run.
Yeah, and
I did. I lost. Once he bought it, I'm like, okay. He said, how do we ship it? I said, your problem. I'm not going after it, I can tell you that.
we ship large stuff with the company, so we had large pallets, and I was going to put it on it.
That's what he kept saying. You're going to palletize it. And
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
and I was
so
actually
is this
gonna
just like a
strap it-
pile of parts or what?
No, it was. We had it like this, and I put, tried to make it safe, and we were gonna ratchet it down to the pallet and have it.
I like
have
this
it
much
shipped.
better. I think this is much
Oh,
better.
that's a much
So
better.
yeah, no, it's definitely. I never take vacation. I never do
Yeah.
anything, and other than racing once in a while.
It's a car guy vacation.
Yeah,
It's
so we get
Ed
to.
Iskenderian, one of the pioneers of why we're all here racing and hot rodding. So.
Yeah, so then learning more about it, and then watching. I literally started watching the 55 build from when you were pressure washing, and it's just the story, the family. It's just.
It's
super
worth
cool.
the trip then.
To be
I mean,
fair, this is the video that is equivalent to pressure washing the 55 basically.
is.
Oh,
So this is
yeah.
the start of a build series.
Well,
here, so-
I'm hoping I can be a part of it as it goes, because
Yeah.
even if I can watch it from afar, that's super cool to me. Because
Yeah.
I wanted to do kind of that, what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Well, yeah,
but
you
not
sent
to that
you
extent.
sent Nolan a picture, and he says, "See what he was going to do." It's like, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, it's coming around. You're
Yeah,
going to have
that's-
that car.
That
It's
was
just-
my idea, but I have many other projects with. I have a 31 Chevy, a 30 Ford. So
57 Chevy.
well,
about to have.
maybe.
Trying to buy a 57
Maybe
Chevy.
we have an empty trailer going back to Pennsylvania, so
Can't
who
waste
knows?
that.
Can't have that. That's a waste.
So it worked out pretty cool. I get a lot of satisfaction knowing that he thought Nolan was a scammer.
The story about it sold. You tell them about the.
Yeah, because Nolan did this to us where he missed a lot of cars. Dad kept sending cars. He missed 2 cars.
2 cars, not a lot.
It's a lot
That's
for
too.
this.
That's too. It is a lot.
Too many for what we were doing, and so he kept missing cars. And so we're sitting at Sick Week, and
At lunch.
and Dad, he said something about he was in conversation with you, and then he's like, I think I'm gonna offer it. And Dad's like, dude,
I
do
thought
it
he already did.
Like, get
I
on
thought
it.
he already. He said, "I'm just gonna buy it." I thought he already did this. So a couple days later, it's like, I probably should get in touch with that guy. And it's like, oh great, here we go again.
And so then he goes, see this one? Oh man, says it's sold. And Dad's like, of course it is. We didn't expect anything less.
And now they slammed her phone down.
I was like, what are
Yeah,
you
we
doing?
were disgusted with
I
Nolan.
was like,
It's
how did you mess that up again? And then he's like, yeah, he said he sold it to some asshole. And he's like, just kidding, it's me. I bought it.
No, he was right.
So I really take joy in Nolan the scammer.
We like to give Nolan a hard time.
Yeah,
if you
this
can't
is-
seems
tell.
like it. Well, I was watching
gives it back.
the Lucky Penny.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Him and that Lucky Penny.
being part of the race family at home, it's cool to see you guys doing it, and the caliper of the car and 200 miles an hour. That's amazing to me.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Now it's
thank
cool
you.
that you're.
And winning Sick Week.
And yeah,
Thank you.
all around. So
Well, thank you guys. I'm excited now. I know you're excited to actually have it.
Because we need to include them in on what's going on here. Because see, I thought this was basically a body on a frame rail.
Yes.
I thought the wheels would be busted.
yeah.
It's going to be junk. But as it rolls in here, it's almost the whole car.
well, I was worried that it's not good enough.
Well, the part that Nolan needs isn't. But the part. So as it turns out, we're going to lift this tub off. and the rest of it becomes property of the shop.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna put it together. Alex and I have been wanting to build a T model anyway. We just spent 3 days with some of the coolest T model stuff ever. But I think we'll hand form a speedster body for this thing, and we're gonna make a hot rod out
Yeah,
of it.
when it first pulled up, I don't know if you heard it, but Dad and I were looking at it, and he goes, building a speedster.
Oh,
and
wow.
then he was like, the rest of this is better than the other part.
the
He's
part
like,
that we need.
he's like, yep, this is more exciting. He's like, that. I told him, I was like, that's your rush fee. You tell Nolan now, this is acquired. We're getting rid of this stuff for you.
Yeah.
So.
I deserve something for all this.
100-year-old car.
Yeah, what do you
Beat up.
expect?
No, it's cool. It's perfect.
It's patina. I like the patina. This will
I'm all
stay.
about patinas. I have some patina junk myself.
And the part that we'll use the radiator shell.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty nice. The rest of it, fenders.
Headlights.
Yeah, the headlights are going on our truck. You haven't even heard that yet. So he almost kept the headlights because he needed them. He was like, I don't know, it didn't have headlights, but he's going to keep them. But
Yeah,
look, those are
wow.
perfect
Those are
for our truck. They're not broken. We don't have any.
So, 1 project, 3 projects.
Nolan's
pretty
helping
I
cool.
have the
fund our
same
projects.
problem. My project that just keeps building.
They do. They snowball.
So I feel like this is actually a pretty good place to wrap this up. Because you guys have seen the car, and you've heard the story, and I think that's it. So
Now just hang on for the ride.
yeah, so more coming up soon. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, be happy, go fast, and stay pretty. See you guys next time.
It's what I can do, what I can do. When I want to be with you, but you know there's music too.
Just want to give a big shout out and thank you to Speedway Motors for being a great partner on this build. If you want to see products that we've used during this series, check the link below, or if you want to follow them, also check those links below.
It's awesome. Working with another iconic family company has been great.
And thank you, Speedway, for making my life easier.
That's the main thing here.
Yeah.